The ocean floor research facility, nestled precariously on a submarine plateau, was a testament to human ambition. Yet in its sterile lights and metallic corridors, a primal fear festered. The darkness outside the portholes was absolute, a suffocating void pressing in with the weight of millions of tons of water. Each day the team worked, their faces drawn and pale in the artificial light. The hum of machinery and the gentle hiss of recycled air were the only constant reminders of life beyond the crushing pressure. Sleep offered little respite, haunted by nightmares of unseen creatures lurking just beyond the reach of their floodlights. The isolation was palpable. It clung to them like the seawater seeping into every crevice of the aging facility. Whispers started among the crew, hushed tones about strange sounds and flickering lights, each incident fueling the growing unease that they were not alone. Dr. Julian Green, the lead marine biologist, felt the strain more than most. His once sharp mind, usually brimming with curiosity, felt blunted, his thoughts turning sluggish and dark. The confinement, the relentless pressure, and the growing sense of dread chipped away at his sanity. He found solace in routine, in the familiar rituals of data collection and analysis. The rhythmic clicking of his pen against his clipboard became a soothing counterpoint to the unsettling silence of the deep, but even these small comforts were beginning to fail.
The faces of my colleagues, once reflections of my own anxieties, are now distorted masks, their gazes vacant and haunted. Their laughter, once a welcome distraction, now grates on my nerves, a jarring counterpoint to the symphony of whispers and creaks emanating from the heart of the facility.
The clicking started subtly. At first, Dr. Green dismissed it as his imagination, the product of sleep deprivation and mounting stress. But it grew more persistent, a rhythmic tapping that seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. Then came the shadows, fleeting glimpses at the edge of his vision, gone before he could rationalize them, shapes that seemed to writhe and coil in the darkness beyond the reinforced glass.
I saw teeth rows of them, needle-sharp and impossibly long, flashing for a split second before vanishing into the murky depths.
His colleagues noticed it too. The whispers escalated to hushed arguments, then shouts. The clicking intensified, accompanied by a low-frequency hum that vibrated in their teeth and rattled their bones. The abyss, it seemed, was whispering back. The descent into madness is a treacherous slope, each step a betrayal of reason. Dr. Green found himself clinging to the last vestiges of his sanity, the line between reality and hallucination blurring with each passing moment.
His sleep, when it came, offered no escape. He dreamt of the creature, its eyes like burning embers in the black void.
He felt its cold intelligence probing at his mind, whispering promises of forbidden knowledge and unspeakable power. It called to him, beckoned him to embrace the darkness.
He woke in a cold sweat, the incessant clicking echoing in his ears. His notebook lay open, filled with frantic scribbles, equations he didn't recognize, and words that made no sense.
The clicking, he realized, wasn't coming from the walls. It was coming from him.
The recovery team arrived to a scene of utter devastation. The once pristine facility was a mangled wreck, its metal bones twisted and broken under unimaginable pressure. The air was thick with the stench of salt water and something else, something organic and putrid.
Of the crew, there was no sign. No bodies, no life rafts, no indication of what had transpired in the crushing depths. Just silence, broken only by the rhythmic hiss of escaping air and the mournful groan of the dying structure.
Then, from the deepest part of the facility, a single light flickered. A lone figure sat hunched over a table, illuminated by a single emergency lamp. His back was to them, his body swaying rhythmically. As the rescue team approached cautiously, their lights revealed the lone survivor. It was Dr. Green, his hair matted, his clothes torn and stained with a substance they couldn't identify. His eyes, wide and unblinking, darted back and forth, fixated on something only he could see.
In his right hand, he clutched a pen, the source of the incessant clicking that echoed through the ruined facility. He didn't seem to notice them, lost in a world of his own making, a symphony of clicks and whispers that only he could hear.
As they pulled him from the wreckage, he turned, a chilling smile spreading across his face.
"It's beautiful," he whispered, his voice a dry rasp. "The darkness, it sings."